And welcome to Unlock Your Soul with yours truly, Anto Neosoul. I am at the usual beautiful Nairobi Street kitchen. It's another week, another guest, same clothes. Because y'all are not watching the videos enough, so I don't have enough views to get money to buy new clothes. So yeah. So I have a guest who's Kenya's #1 makeup artist. She has worked in commercials, she's done films, she's done short films, she's done music videos, whatever you can think of, print, all the stuff. I'm talking about the one and only, the legendary Fatu makeup artist. Fatuo Hassan. Ina Hassan Kole. Mafianta he. My Somali is becoming so good.
Yes.
I'm telling you, my Somali is just... Somali was a very beautiful language. Lakini, before we continue, are you Kenyan or are you Kenyan Somali or are you Somali Kenyan?
Wow. Anto, first I'm Kenyan.
Mm-hmm.
But because there's no document inasema mimi ni Somali Kenyan.
Mm-hmm.
Kwa hivyo, I'm Somali, but I'm Kenyan.
Yeah.
Yes.
The reason I'm asking that is because a lot of times, people, when it comes to Somalis, first, we don't say Kikuyus. Like, we do say Kikuyus, but in public, in tribal, people don't say, you know, these Luos. We say, you know, these Kenyans, and then now you describe who it is.
Yes.
Why do you feel what was so quick to... Ishi ilianza wapi ya kuita mtu mwenye ni Mkenya mwe Msomali? Where does it come from? Because I find it has a lot of ignorance. Inatoka wapi hii story?
I don't know hii story imetoka wapi because Kenyans wanafaa kujua kuwa kuna Somali Kenyans who were born here. We're the 4th generation. Actually, for me, I always say I'm a 4th generation Kenyan.
Yeah.
Sijui nyumbani ingine. Nyumbani ni hapa.
Ati ushago ingine
Sina
mahali.
Ushago ingine. Ushago ni Nairobi. Ni Kenya. Yani, unajua. But because I think also tumekuwa na... after war 1991 Somalis wamekuwa na war wakakuja kwa hivyo unapata mtu anakuambia sijawahi hakuna siku hata polisi ashaisema wewe Msomali wa Kenya they always say Somali akini address as a Somali
as a foreigner
ananiita tu Msomali kwa hivyo there's a documentary that Mohammed Ado alifanya I'm not yet Kenyan sometimes when I watch that documentary I felt like okay he has the same problem and bado anakuwa branded as Somali. Hakuna mtu anasema wewe ni Msomali Mkenya, mimi ni Msomali kutoka side fulani. But at the end of the day tumezoea wa Kenya. Tumezoea kusema mimi Msomali, nakubali mimi ni Msomali.
But also I think when people use it they have to be careful that they're not using it. You can say I have a Somali friend. That's different. But if someone is saying, you know, these Somalis already inamaanisha kuna ignorance, kuna prejudice. Decide sasa wewe kuna venye nataka kuexplainia after your statement there is something bad negative they want to say.
Exactly. Kwa hivyo that's how you feel. Ukiangalia kwa TikTok mtu anasema hawa wa Somali unasahau mimi ni Mkenya nimezaliwa hapa sina kwingine kwa kwenda kwa sababu ukisema mimi ni Msomali nikienda Mogadishu ndio mimi naona watu wanafanana na mimi wanafanana na wao tunaongea lugha lakini at the end au pia wananiambia sijui Somali sijui already
Somali ujielewi
amechani brand already anasema wewe ni Msomali Mkenya na Kenya nayo wananiita Msomali sasa tuko tu hapo
so but also pia watu wanafaa wajue kuna difference ya Msomali na Mborana Mrendile you're not the same
we are not the same
way there's like Kuyu Meru and Embu you're not the same I think it's good for us to start off there
tuko wa Somali kuna Garba kuna Rendile kuna Borana we all look alike but all of us tunaongea different
but your life but you don't look alike nani yako nywele kama hii yako kwa Somali hata wa Somalia hakuna ati nywele ya red afro it's not possible.
Hii ni brand yangu Anto. Hii ni Fatuo Hassan.
That's a lie. Sasa niko hapa nataka kuchora hiyo nywele yako.
Hii ni Fatuo Hassan.
That's a lie. So now let's start off venye wewe ulilelewa, venye you know you're growing up. I know because I know you personally. You're my sister. So you have you had a very very difficult upbringing. But in a nutshell, explain to us upbringing yako ilikuwa aje?
Of course, mi tulizaliwa wa saba. My mom and dad. Kwa hivyo my mom is born and raised in Isili. And then she was married, and then my dad moved my mom to Uganda. But once after my dad died, we had to come back home. Because remember, we didn't know my dad's family. But my mom's family took us. Kwa hivyo tukakuwa, my aunt had to now to share us different sisters' home. Of course, that's how you now, you know, being 5-6 years.
An African,
alafu una move from your home, your comfortable home, to now your auntie's home. Of course, kuna confusion. Unaona? Kuelewana, kujua hao ni kina nani, ni different place, because unaona nilitolewa kwenye kulikuwa na light, nikaenda Samburu. Kwa hivyo I did my primary in Samburu, Wamba, CCM. By the way, CCM, Samburu people
in Wamba.
Imagine Wamba. Nikasoma paka class 8, kumaliza nikakuja Meru. Sasa unaona, kuja after kumaliza form 4 nikakuja Nairobi back home kwa my grandmother now. Again ni kusurvive, of course. Kwa hivyo siwezi sema leo ati Fatu nimetoka nyumba, nimetoka kwa nyumba nyingi sana. Nimelelewa kwa different aunties homes. Kwa hivyo that's until now my mom lives by herself and stuff. But again, I think one thing I always say, if ni vile my mom was sick. It was a postnatal depression, but it came back. Now when I'm grown up, I know it was postnatal. But those days, people didn't understand about that. They took it as a mentally. However, you find, I was dealing with my mom who was sick. If she was okay, I think tungekuwa bado home. Lakini because she was not okay, the sisters made decision for her. And that's
that's like, because even last week tukiongea na Jimmy, you know, and explain like the parents both died. So you now have to be moved.
Una move.
It's a very African thing that happens.
African thing, uta move.
But also when people start moving like that, a lot of things happen. One, you either find yourself, unaanza kujielewa who you are, because you grow up very quickly.
Oh, I grew up very quickly.
You grew up quickly because hakuna time ya kutendekezwa, kucheza. You are working. Nobody has time for that.
No.
But also, there's a lesson here to be learned. Is that if mtu akona opportunity ya kulea mtoto wa sister yake, mtoto wa cousin yake, amlee, but amlee na utu.
No, I always say, kama umeamua kulea mtoto wa mtu, please lea huyo mtoto 100%. Because hizo vitu zote zitafanyika kwa huyo mtoto. At the end, akikuwa mkubwa, ni kama kuna switch on. Unarudi back. Unaanza kusema, kumbe hivi haikuwa hivyo, ilikuwa hivi. Yani unaanza kujiongelesha. Kwa hivyo I always say, ukilea mtoto wa mtu, mlee na
utu.
But for me, I always say, thank God, nilikuwa na my mom's sister, the old one, was a very kind person. Na alikuwa nalea pia watoto wake walikuwa orphan. Plus me, Fatu, on top of her. You can imagine what she is sacrificing to just take me. And then also them to make just sacrifice and to take us. Us, sisi wote. But unajua hiyo, kwa hiyo experience kenye kitu moja sana that for me has Fatu nililearn ni muna lose sisterhood and brotherhood with your own siblings. Like now, I'm learning my own siblings. I'm learning who they are, what they like. I am actually learning
and
my brothers.
And they're all trying to also learn you and your boundaries.
But if you see them, each of them pali amelelewa, ako very connected na wale walimulea. Kwa hivyo unapata bali mimi nililelewa niko connected na wale nililelewa na wao. But now, learning your own brothers, learning your own sisters. Munakosana Anto. Munaanza kublokiana kwa WhatsApp group. Na hamujuani. Ni because mulilelewa kwa different homes.
And you're like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this.
But again, because I'm the oldest sister, we are only 2 sisters. And my younger sister is a proper Somali girl. Ameolewa, amepata watoto. And me here, I'm running after career and stuff. I made a decision to be now the space of my mom. To bring my brothers together. However, I keep having conversation. At a misunderstanding, I am first to apologize. Because I don't have time for 10 years blocking ama tukosane. I'm working for this small hii kidogo imebaki, let me know them. Unajua nasema let me learn my brothers because again I need to learn their children. Kwa hivyo that's all. Yani ukiwa mkilelewa different mnapoteza hiyo undugu, but it's very. Kwa hivyo me I envy when I see sisters come together, brothers come together, hugging, they know each other's birthday. I really envy that. I'm like, wow.
But you also like, I've seen you also close with your cousins
because tulilelewa wote
hivyo. Like this one rascal. one rascal who's based in England, innit? She's called Saadia.
Because her mom is the also one who lived with them where we used to live.
Yes.
We knew her mom more than all my mom's sisters before. We knew her because she was in our life. Day in, day out. Our mother gets sick, Mama Saya is there. She comes even to clean for us, to cook for us because her sister is sick. She was part of us.
How was I'm going to place a photo of Saya here, you and Saya. How was it growing up with Saya?
Competition tulikuwa tu hivyo. Vile unamuona saizi, lazima nisumbue. That's Saya for you.
But I was also told stories about you.
Kama
I had to remember here. I'm writing notes.
If it's from Saya, ni uongo.
Lazima niandike hapa notes what I was told about you. There's this one time ati wewe you are very forgetful. Ukituma kwa duka.
Naimba kama ni chumvi.
Ati unaimba unasema chumvi sukari, chumvi sukari maziwa. Chumvi sukari maziwa.
Exactly.
Chumvi sukari maziwa. And then Saya will have just hide alafu kufanyie
I forget.
Unasahau.
Nalia, napiga nduru. Kwa hivyo her mom used to remember, my auntie used to remember say, nani ameongelesha Fatu? And that's all she used to do.
But also you used to wear your shoes opposite.
And I used to call it poko.
Ati to a point where
it looked
ukivaa normal inakaa abnormal.
Yes. And nazalia ikirudisha, yani ukiweka straight, ningepiga nduru, Mama Saya will wake up and put it back to vile ilikuwa. And I used to have a name for it, poko.
Poko. Because it sound especially kipata maji.
And you know it was that plastic. And then I used to take Vaseline, apply. Do it shine.
Oh my goodness.
God, a childhood, eh?
The things you went through. So now umepitia all that are difficult, but at least an upbringing that allows you now to hata kama unatoka, you know you've gained something. But I think the history of Muslim women, the history of Kenyan Somali women, you are the first, maybe the first one in Africa to leave their mother's house and go live on their own.
Yes.
The rest who live because of school
or marriage.
It's always marriage. You have to live because of marriage. They live because of school because ameenda UK. Lazima ataishi peke yake.
Yes.
But anajulikana tu nijua ameenda shule. You left because you made a choice to leave home and go look for life for yourself. First, how has that been for your younger cousins, your nieces who've come after you? Ujaona kama maybe wamechukua tabia yako, wanasema me I want to be like Auntie Fatu, me I want to live on my own. Na unaona familia yako inakwambia umefungua mlango mbaya sana hii mlango.
Exactly. Of course wako happy nikihama home. Na nilihama home first of all, nilipo join in industry, alafu nikahama home. People don't know why nilihama home. Nilihama home kwa sababu nilikuwa nataka nijijue mwenyewe. Because tulikuwa home, tunakula, tunalala, tunaamka, routine ni the same routine. Kwa hivyo for me nikasema kama nataka kujiendelesha as Fatu, na nilikuwa natafuta opportunity ya kusafiri pia ilikuwa. That's why Bufis iko. Inaitwa Bufis in Somali. Kwa hivyo nilikuwa daydreamer. Nilikuwa nataka kutoka tu Kenya niende but opportunity haikuwa. Kwa hivyo wakati nilianza industry nikasema oh my God, you know what? One thing I'll do, nikahama. Hiyo kuhama ikukuja easy because ilikuja na mambo mingi sana. Of course home wako believe kwa nini nilihama na nini. Oh my God. Walikuwa na believe ukihama unaenda kufanya tabia mbaya, unaenda kwa mkora, unakuwa fine. But ndio huyu mimi bado niko tu hapa. And then nilikuwa na imagine being a wardrobe mistress, being a makeup artist, special effect. Niko na vitu mingi sana. Where will you put in your mother? You know how home is. When you put your things, them they think that hii ni nini yanaleta. Kwa hivyo hiyo space yangu ya kuwa creative in film ili support me kuhama.
Also, people who work in film get picked up at home at 4 a.m. And they're dropped home at 3 or 1 a.m. Maybe I could have 2 1 day sleep and I'll be back to the system. Your own family will be like, lady, what kind of job is this? Yeah, what
exactly.
kind of yeah.
Kwa hivyo for me hiyo ndio ilikuwa na nina feel vizuri sana vile nilihama, because imenipatia responsibility, imenipatia kujua who Fatu Hassan is, nimejijua, and also nime go through healing and forgiving and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's quite an interesting journey. I mean, now now you're a makeup artist. Now you're learning the art of makeup.
Yeah.
Who have you met? Who's mentoring you? Who's teaching you? Who's showing you the ropes of what it means to be a makeup artist?
When I started, right?
Yes.
When I started, first of all, it was so funny. I was at home. We used to live in Juja Road.
Yeah.
Sasa, and I used to have a friend. Her name was Sarah Wanjiko Karuru. Sarah's sister, Linda Karuru, was a producer in Sounds and Pictures. But for me, Sounds and Pictures and Level 1 are like because these are the people who believed in me. And Sarah called me one day and said, Fatu, you know you like putting things in order, like unapenda kupanga vitu sana.
Yeah.
Niko na commercial. Yeah, ilikuwa ya commercial ya Tusker. For 1 week. Mi sijui cinema, sijui nini ndio hiyo anasema, kuja unipigie pasi. And when I went to do that, nikam-ionia, nikapanga wardrobe, nikafanya kila kitu. And then the other side kulikuwa na tent ya makeup mbili. Moja ni Barbara Wanda na ingine ni Hassan Baruch the late. Na nimesimama nje, wakaniuliza kama ninaweza wasaidia. Imagine nikaenda nikawasaidia kupanguza uso nini, hivyo tu. But hii yote sielewi ni nini.
Yeah.
Anyway, after the shoot finish, Hassan na Barbara wakanipatia kadi, wakaniambia ukuje come we train you. And and the first thing I said, me I don't have money, because I knew I didn't have money.
Yeah, like musinitishe pesa mimi.
Yes, and Barbara was like, no, hataki pesa, but tumeona energy yako, tumeona how good you are, unasaidia.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo Anto, nilikuwa natoka Juja Road, naenda Ngara, natoka Ngara na mguu napitia hapo Mudhithi. Hapo ndo Hassan alikuwa anaishi. Napanguza viatu, naingia kwake. Nafanya training for 3 hours, 4 hours.
Umetoka kwa vumbi.
Kwa vumbi. Nastaki kumwambia sina transport, ama nastaki kumwambia anything.
Yeah.
Then nikitoka kwake, sasa nashika barabara. Barbara used to live in Hurlingham. Naenda paka tena Hurlingham.
Wow.
Nafanya another one. By 6:37, lazima nikuwe home. Kumbuka home, I understand kitu nafanya.
Yes.
Sasa lazima nikuwe home nipike dinner. And anyway, jani ilikuwa tu hivyo. One day, sasa Barbara akapata opportunity na akaolewa, akamove to South Africa. Hassan naye alikuwa bado kwa industry, wakanipatia kit kidogo na wakaniambia now after 4 years you're free to survive. You're free to survive. Kwa hivyo me I really always I say career yangu ni hao watu wawili. Na pia wale wamenisaidia. Unajua sasa ile umeanza kit ikiwa ndogo. My cousins wakisema, "Oh, tunakuja Kenya, tukuletee nini?" Nawaambia makeup. Tukulete viatu, hapana makeup. Unaomba tu hiyo foundation moja, lipstick moja, ndio ujaze hiyo kit. Because again unaangalia hiyo kit unasema start to let down the mentors. Then Hassan passed on. When Hassan passed on, I got a phone call from Sheila Pivas, who owned Sounds and Pictures. Yeah. And you know, the way I was there as just a trainee, and this now she's calling me as a makeup artist. And she called me and she said, Fatu, come to the office. When I went to the office, she's like, okay, let me see your kit. Do you have everything? I remember Sheila asked me, do you have a nail cutter, Fatu? And you remember? And I was like, yes, I have, because Marehemu Hassan taught me and Barbara how to even have a nail remover.
Yeah, that makeup is not just
it's not to make
foundation. Yeah.
You have to make a product. And I remember Hassan used to say, make production work easy.
Yeah.
Don't make production work hard.
Yeah.
And iyo kitu may stick to me until today. That is the motto I work with. In any set I go knowing that lazima nikafanye set ikuwe easy.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo Sheila gave me an opportunity. Level 1 now, Maureen was there. And Maureen was the producer, and I remember the first day she looked at me and said, "Utaweza?" And I was like, "Ntaweza."
Yeah.
And it's so amazing how they just walini welcome Moses Nderitu. That time was the owner of the Sounds Level 1. Na nikasema Moses is baba yetu. Yani alikuwa na anybody who was creative alikuwa na kuwa welcomed to these two productions.
Yeah.
And those days Anto, kama hauko unafanya kazi Sounds and Pictures na level 1, wewe si wa cinema, CV I work. Kwa hivyo mi usema asante sana kwao, because walinipatia opportunity na wali believe in me.
Yeah. So you've ended up doing this makeup ending up all the way to winning a Kisima award for best costume designer.
For Kalasha.
For Kalasha. Where is Kisima? Kisima is like many years ago.
Yes.
A Kalasha for best costume designer. And all these years, lakini, Kisima for the longest time, hawajakuwa wakikaa ile
Kalasha.
Why am I saying Kisima?
I don't know.
Kind of age nazeekea wapi hapa. Kalasha for the longest time. Awaeki maneno ya makeup artist.
Yes.
Costume designer.
Yes. Na mimi nakumbuka the last time nilienda.
Props, hizo.
Nilipiga kelele nikaongea about it. Na nakumbuka hiyo wakati tulikuwa tuna Subira.
Yeah.
Tuliwin Subira na nikasema hapo hivyo, my dream is to come and win something.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo I'm expecting makeup art department in general should be here.
Do you feel like in the industry in is very important
but
sector,
kama
but like stepchildren? Yeah.
Yes. Because ukiona vile wana treat makeup, wardrobe, art department in general, but me I always say makeup and wardrobe utapata first aid na kuja kuambia how long, unamwambia 10 minutes anakwambia ni mingi, nipatie 8 minutes and you're like where si wewe ndio unafanya hii makeup na unajua yenye nafanya. Kwa hivyo we are very important department but wana behave kama we are not important but anyway tunajijua na tunajua our worth now. I'm sorry, tuta work now worth yetu.
Exactly. But also for you to get that point you must have done so many jobs for you to reach a point where unajiambia I will be respected.
Yes.
You will respect. I've earned this respect.
I paid my due.
Yeah, you paid your dues.
Actually, Anto, that I paid my due is always my power.
Yeah, because I paid my dues.
Exactly.
So what are some of these jobs you've done? The many jobs you've done. Give us a list. I know the list is a lot.
Ni long. But Anto, before nipate hizi jobs, nimefanya free job. Nimelipwa shit. Nimefanya job nikaambiwa ni trial na ninaipata iko kwa channel kubwa. Huyo mtu ameuza hizo vitu zote. But anyway, hiyo ni process ya grow.
So lazima umeumia.
Lazima uumie.
So people should also like be ready to do free work.
Especially the upcoming. Yes, upcoming. I'm sorry. Mwezi kukua mnalipwa HOD na umefanya vitu mbili hapo. I'm sorry. You have to pass these things. Kwa hivyo, jobs nimefanya feature film. Nimefanya feature film kutoka Egypt inaitwa Khazalhum. Nimefanya Tolo from Italy. Nimefanya Tulo Channel from Puntland. Nimefanya Arde, which was big series in Mogadishu with Ahmed Farah, Rio production also. Nimefanya Subira imewin awards mingi sana. Nimefanya feature films mingi sana na nimefanya TV series yenye ilikuwa pia nililearn on process na nikalearn vitu mingi. It was Coke Studio season 4 and 5 to meet all these celebrities in Africa. You know wale ulikuwa unasikiza tu kwa radio but now una meet mtu 101. Also it was I was very happy. And the baby that mimi I always say bila hiyo ground kama sikuanza hapo pia out kwa series it was Olizon production. Olizon ilikuwa siri. Nakumbuka Alison aliniulizanga question akaniambia unajua kufanya continuity ya series, nikamwambia clear, nilikuwa tu very open na yeye. Lakini nikamwambia ninajua kusoma script, kununua wardrobe, characters kuweka pamoja, but hiyo continuity ndo sijui. And I remember wakati tulifanya series sasa nikanunua wardrobe, nikafanya kila kitu. Tukaenda kwa set, kwa Nginyo karaoke kwa set. Alison alikuja na akanionyesha, akanipangia. Akaniambia hivi ndio inapangwa na akanionyesha. Hisi nikalearn something. Siri also ilikuwa vitu nimelearn mingi sana na nasema asante sana kwa Alison Giboni.
Because I was in Siri, you acted like my house help.
Nilikuwa house help wenu anyway. Na kitu kingine pia Alison alikuwa nimelearn kutoka kwake ni ukiwa crew on set. You're just not a makeup artist. You're a crew on set.
You're part of the story.
You're part of the story. Ukiona mtu another department ilikona wana need help, give them a hand. Ndio set iendelee. Kwa hivyo I've learned something also from her and I really appreciate na professionalism. Kama kuna professionalism tulifundishwa ni Alison Giboni alifundisha.
So after all this and after the awards and after doing all these things, I mean, I still want to go back to the fact that people think makeup one is a very easy industry.
Yes.
And there are so many people who think, for example, that they can be makeup artists. They can make up today and become a makeup artist. Go on TikTok and just, you know, do whatever. And I'm gonna bring my phone. I want my phone. I need my phone, because there's a video that we were watching. I need my phone. There's a video that we were watching where, and we're gonna put this clip online so people can actually see what we're looking at here. Okay, so I sent you this video, Juicy, and we're gonna look at a video of
the president getting makeup.
Getting his makeup done by some lady.
Yeah, some lady.
So I want us to look at this clip, and I want us to look at and tell me some of the problems we see in this clip. So let's start off again from the beginning. So what is the one thing you notice that is wrong in this clip?
When I didn't see a diaper to cover his outfit.
Yeah.
Because client akuja kukaa kwa hiyo kiti, when the client comes and sit on your seat as a makeup artist,
yeah,
you need to protect his clothes.
Yes.
Because after here alikuwa anaenda wapi? Alikuwa anaenda kufanya shoot.
Yeah.
Secondly, niliona spray because makeup artists nowadays they learn about doing tricks,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
But those tricks, do they work in film?
Yeah.
That's the question. Or
yeah,
they work personally.
Yeah.
That's the problem we have now as makeup artists.
Yeah.
Kujua, am I doing individual person? Am I doing for 8 hours to 10 hours on set as a actor? Ako kwa set, yeah? Kwa hivyo nilikuwa look, something else I've seen, anafanya na mkono yake, spray the face, yeah, of the president, alafu ana pepeta. Yeah. Na mkono yake Anto, yeah, which anafaa kuwa profession, anafaa kuwa na nini na fun. Yeah. Tuko na fun hizo ndogo ndogo zote za makeup ziko, yeah, angetumia hiyo. Yeah. Unaona?
Was she even using the right foundation?
For me, I was thinking, you see, he's a man.
Yeah.
Our president has the best skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. All he needs is shine control.
Yeah.
And that's it.
For his nose or cheekbones,
yes,
you know we are.
Kipara yake.
Yeah, because you know we are.
Yes.
East African, so
he has. And that's why I always, until when you see a man has a bit of blemishes,
yeah,
unaweza eka powder ama concealer.
And if it change anything,
but I change
blemish, but hataki kuchange.
Yeah. Exactly. Sometimes you can find a client akona mark, yeah, na nakwambia hiyo mark inamremind something. Kwa hivyo acha ika hivyo. Kwa hivyo I always say shine control is the best for men. Yeah. It gives you matification and yeah, that's it. Wachani kucomplicate vitu mingi kwa wanaume.
But also even for her as a makeup artist, I mean, I don't know if it's excitement or
maybe
whatever.
Excitement na alikuwa anataka kuwa aonekane akiwa professional, but it's okay.
Yeah, but the problem is that now people, when they see this, they think
wanadhania it's okay to do that. It's not,
and they think it's okay for everybody.
It's not okay.
It's okay for everybody to actually be, or it's easy for everybody, I beg your pardon, to be
a makeup artist. And that's why I always say when I train people to be a makeup artist, the first thing to start how you as a makeup artist unajipresent kwa client.
Yeah.
And then second one ni nini umebeba. Kuna vitu you need to do.
Yeah.
And very simple. I always say before the corona tulikuwa tunatumia sanitizer sisi makeup artists because unaenda kushika uso ya mtu. Again, hygiene yako.
Yeah.
Lazima unukie vizuri, uko na deodorant, uko na perfume nzuri, uko na hygiene yako ya mdomo pia ni mzuri, kwa sababu kumbuka sisi ndo tunakuja close hivi kwa client, yeah, as a makeup artist. Yeah. Yeah? Kwa hivyo the first thing unaanza ni wewe unajipresentaje kwa makeup artist. Huwezi vaa hapa hivi vitu ziko matiti nataka kuanguka chini na unaenda kwa nyumba ya mtu, yeah, wako na familia. Yeah. Lazima ujue how to present yourself as a makeup artist. Dress well. Yeah. Present yourself well. Ujaenda, yeah, kutafuta kitu huko. Yeah. Umeenda kufanya kazi na utoke uende.
Now also what about vitu kama people even understanding makeup for different scenarios. For yes, example, going to the club, kuna watu wanaweka makeup ya, you know, going to even to like a religious institution, you're going to see a family or whatever, and not mean that you should change yourself when you go to meet people, but there's also this thing, every time I'm with you and you see people, it's called caking. Someone looks like kabisa, kama mtu kabisa anaweza angusha icing ya keki.
Baking. Hey, wanna bake.
Yeah, it's called baking, yeah.
And that's why I always say when someone ananiona alafu ananiambia, oh, you're a makeup artist, I always say I'm a creative makeup artist.
Yes. My
work is to read the script and give the look and the dream that the script writer had. Unaona? Kuja hii side ingine ya normal makeup. Ukipita 25, achana na hizi makala. Achana na kala za eyeshadow na hizi upuzi mnaeka kwa macho. The minimal you do your makeup, naturally you go with your makeup, you look glam.
Yeah.
But sijui nani aliwaambia lazima ubake. And East Africa, Mungu alitupatia high cheekbones, alitupatia very good nose. Mimi sijui nini mnangangana na baking. Unaona mtu anakaa kama ghost.
Yeah, anakaa kama mtu ameshtuka. Ukifanya huwa mjamaa anaangusha.
Na kitu kingine ni product, kununua product. When they buy fake product. Yeah. Fake product imejaa Anto in this town. When you please love your face.
Yeah.
invest in that makeup. When you buy, kuna makeup, I'll say, kuna makeup yenye inaweza kukuumiza mfuko.
Yeah.
Maybelline, Revlon, Milani wako huko. Unaweza tumia hizo product na si expensive but ni very nice, natural. But utapata mtu end up anaenda kununua Mac fake huko the boys.
Or Fenty fake.
Hata Imani iko huko chini.
Hata Rihanna alitoa Fenty jana.
Kesho iko the boys. Tuko naye the boys. Iko. Kwa hivyo ni kupenda jipenda, and then the more you know how to put that makeup, because unajua sasa squeezy client wanakuambia nini? Me I know how to do my makeup, naambia okay. But huyu client anakuambia najua hivyo ni kwa sababu ameenda kuchukua picha ya Beyonce. Anataka kukabia aje. How? Kwa hivyo please patieni chance makeup artist au ndo creative au ndo wanajua. Ukikujia makeup artist, patia makeup artist akufanyie makeup, and then baadaye mwambie unajua napenda lipstick ya red, napenda lipstick fulani ama ningependa eyebrows yangu iko hivi. Hiyo ni sawa client akikwambia. But client anakujudge immediately vile umekuja anaanza kuintimidate huyo. Roho inakufa kwa sababu wewe ni creative. Roho yako tu inaisha. Unasema but again ama mtu anakuambia si ni powder tu. Kwanza the word pons mimi sijui ilitoka wapi. Unasikia mtu anakuambia si ni pons tu na mbona unanicharge a lot of money.
Ni pake pons. Unashaka pons ni nini?
Ni pons ni nini?
It's powder not pons.
Exactly. Kwa hivyo kuna hiyo respect jamani. Creative, being a makeup artist also is a job. Also mtu amejitolea, kununua hizo vitu pia si cheap. Yeah? But na makeup artist pia hao lazima follow the process. Lazima follow the process. Amtakuwa mkishinda mnauliza Fatu Hassan akoje hapa. It is consistent.
Yes. So you can't wake up today just because you umefanya vitu on Instagram, on TikTok, you're worthy of being a big
HOD.
makeup artist. No.
It takes
time, it's a process, and also it's more enjoyable after we go through the process. That's when it's more enjoyable.
You know the first time niitwa HOD, key makeup artist, it was Sugar with you and Lupita. Can you believe?
After all those years.
The late Teboho, Alison Gibuini. You see, after they've seen me, I remember the late Teboho, aliniambia, Fatu, I remember you being a brush cleaner for Hassan Baruch. Because he did a commercial in Kenya, and I was a brush cleaner for Hassan.
Wow.
And when I came for the interview, and Alison said, I like seeing people growing. And remember, I went for that interview with other makeup artists.
Yes.
But Alison gave me that chance in Teboho because they saw me starting from there.
No. So you gotta start somewhere.
Kwa hivyo that key makeup artist nilipatiwa nikiwa na wewe, Nikumtuma, Lupita Nyong'o, au ndo nilipata hiyo jina key makeup artist. Kwa hivyo you have to work hard for that name.
We have two more things to talk about. One is the importance of mentorship, which is people holding your hand, na maybe also holding other people's hands. Why is it important for people to walk together, to walk side by side, hand by hand, leg by leg, eyes by eyes, kusaidiana? Why is it important for watu kukuwa na mentors na mentorship in the creative and the film industry?
Because lazima ulana kuna protocol kwa film industry, na kama huna mentorship ama huna mtu kukushika mkono utafanya mistake mingi sana. Na hizo mistake utakuwa judged. Understand? Kwa hivyo for me, because nilipata mentorship kutoka kwa Hassan na Barbara Wanda, kwa mimi pia nimepeana over 10. Now they are working. Those kids are working, they are doing very well. Wameendelea, wengine wameolewa, wamezaa watoto. And for me, I feel like a mother now. I'm like, you know what? Thank God nilishika mkono wa watoto. Unaona? As much as saa zingine unashika mtu mkono, production inakwambia, we don't have budget for them. Inabidi ujinyime wewe pia uwapatie. Kwa hivyo lazima upitie mentorship. Na upate na ukipata mtu anakumenta na huyo mtu hakumenti vizuri, just move on to another person. Usichoke. Kwa sababu nayo creative industry inaweza kukufanya kwa depressed hivi.
Na kukimbia online na kutukanana.
Exactly. Na Kenya una post. I always say, kama umeamua wewe ni makeup artist, uko kwa film industry ama uko mahali popote, please your image chungana naye, because that image is very important.
The first thing people say is that if you're dirty online, if you're doing these crazy things online,
corporate will never
how
work
can
with
you touch somebody's face?
Exactly. Mdomo yako.
Yet to be honest, hizo vitu mbili haziko karibu. Tumeweza kuwa na post vitu funny online, but naweza kana client hivi na ni advice, but naturally is the thing the conversation I was having with my cousin like 2 weeks ago. Naturally, mtu hawezi jitoa aoni huyu mtu anapost vitu mbaya na anafaa kushika uso ya mtu
aingiani anakata, ama uonekane tu kidogo umevaa uchi. Mtu anasema huyu makeup artist mwenye anakaanga uchi.
Atakuja one client kweli.
Umekuwa tayari threat.
Na modosi na ni CEO wa Co-op.
Exactly.
Ni CEO wa Equity. atakaa aje na CEO wetu kama ana behave hivi.
Kama ana behave hivi. Kwa hivyo sometimes also wewe mwenyewe una sacrifice as a makeup artist, has somebody unafanya nani unajiambia unasema you know what, I need to dress decent. I need to know what I'm posting on social media. And that is your home. You know, social media is part of us. How the familia to choose. I always say the family that I choose is film industry. Because they know me as Fatu Hassan very well. They see my funny side, they see my crappy side, they see everything because nashinda na wao. You understand? Nikirudi home tuko tu home. But sana ukiwa kwa cinema hapo hiyo ndo familia umechoose. So you have to just love them, respect them. And also speak up. Because kitambo tukianza industry hakukuwa na speak up, but squeezy we are here tunaongea.
As we conclude, there's some certain films, shows that you've been working on in Somalia or are of Somali descent. And the Somalis now are really coming out as people who want to tell their own stories. And kuna watu ambao wako kipaumbele in making sure these stories are being told. Tell us about these two projects umekuwa ukiwork on in Somalia and how they are changing the landscape of Somali storytelling in the world.
Now
Somaliwood.
Aki ya Mungu, we need to have Somaliwood.
I'm the first person to say it.
Ahmefara.
Am I the first person to say Somaliwood?
Yes, Ahmefara, umesikia Somaliwood.
Somaliwood. No one has ever used that word. Somaliwood.
Exactly. Kwa hivyo I did Arde was a series that we did in Mogadishu with the Rio production. And Ahmefara was the director. And that one, when we went there, we actually changed because the kids we were working with, they've never done any film. It was the first time for them to see this big production, and actually they learn also how film is done. They thought it was just a camera putting their camera and continue. No, they saw art department, they saw wardrobe, makeup, special effects. All that journey, they were with us, and we trained also. We left people who are filmmaker now. After Ahmed opened this, he opened this door that we can tell our story. After Ahmed done this, the next film I was in Puntland. You see, hii nilikuwa Mogadishu. Now I was in Puntland, which is also part of the Horn of Africa. And in Puntland also I shot Tulo Channel. Tulo Channel means village next to paradise in English.
Wow.
And that is Ale, the beach side of it. Wow. Tulo Channel will be out 2024. And also I met a very amazing director, Mo Harawe, and the production team, the entire production team from there, because he built his own also, his own production team in Puntland. And Ahmed built one in Mogadishu. And we hoping also another place now like Somaliland or anywhere else, Djibouti also, we'll have another. And let me tell you, for us to start saying our story, we started with the Ayanle. We started with the Ayanle, shot here in Kenya. Actors were Somalis, and also we had Barkat from America, who is a big Somali actor in America. We started with Ayanle and we said what we said. If you watch Ayanle on Netflix, it's still there in Netflix, you can watch. We started there to say our story. However, for me, I feel like it's me should say our story. Somebody else, you know, Anto, mtu hawezi kuja kaongea juu ya Mau Mau. And you knew the story that your father told you about your grandfather. Kwa hivyo, that's what exactly. Kwa hivyo, for us, Somali, umesema? Somaliwood. Somaliwood is coming up and is coming up. And now also, tutaendelea tu hivyo because another director Somali will come. And I'm so happy because they give me a chance to bring my creativity to them. Like they remind me, Fatu, you know what, you've been in the industry. We trust what you give us. Tuna trust utatufanyia kazi poa. Kwa hivyo for me, I really appreciate.
So as we conclude, I want you to look at the camera and tell your 16-year-old self, tell yourself something in Kisomali. As unajiambia, yani umefika hapa, uliwahi fikiria utafika hapa, look at you now. Hebu jiambie na Kisomali.
16-year-old. Wacha tuniseme kwa Kizungu alafu nitasema kitu kwa Kisomali.
Okay.
My 16 year.
So unaanza na.
Bado unanikumbusha tu, yani ningekuwa sasa ati nimeenda kukua doctor huko majuu.
So unaanza na Dear Fatu. Anzia hapo. Dear Fatu, actually we're going to do that. Welcome to 16. Hey. Life is about, Ebu tell Fatu that story.
Life is about?
Yeah.
I don't remember my 16 years old.
You don't remember, but you see now you're telling a 16-year-old, like you see me, I'd say, dear Anto, welcome to 16. You are about to be reminded that you're too loud, you're too, you're not right, you don't come from the right family, you are not enough.
Okay.
But let me tell you, step on their necks every opportunity you get. Because they owe you nothing and you owe them nothing. So step on them, Anto Neosoul. nothing will stop you from being the best that you can be.
Yes.
So tell yourself what you now learned after 16 years.
It's dear Fatu. I know no one believed you will be who you are today. And mental health is real. You just love anyone, family member or your brothers or sisters, your mother, anybody. Mental health is real. And nothing should... You can be whoever you want to be. You can be the best. You can sit in tables that people have never even sit with those guys. You can eat anywhere you want and you can be whoever you want to be. No one should stop you. No one should tell you nothing. Like, just fly. Go in don't be scared. Actually, don't be scared. Yes.
Yeah. Go in every room and own it.
Yes, own it.
Yeah,
because if they keep you telling to remind you where you came from, inakurudisha nyuma, make you feel like, oh, naeza. You see a building and you're like, can I afford to be in that building? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. It doesn't matter where you came from, how your whatever happened back there, just the light is yours.
I love it. Open that door and enjoy your light. There's always light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what Fatu's story is all about. But also a lot of times there's always light around you. So be the light that you are sort of seeking for. Because before you get to the end of the tunnel, I mean, you never know. Maybe Kenya Power will just say, no, there's no lights here. Where are you going? Why are you running? Why are you running? By the way, guys, speaking of which, there's this before we end Fatu's, have you seen this meme? No, not this meme, this GIF, this GIF of this African lady doing this. She's wearing green and she does this. And a lot of people never know how to find it. Guys, I found it. I know exactly what you need to search for. Fatu, I found it. So I'm gonna go to my page here, for example. I'll go to, since my cousin's page is here, John Finesse, his page is here. So I'm gonna go here. Let me show you. Come see. Bring the camera here. So I want you to see. There's this lady on Instagram, the GIF. She does this. Look at my face. She does this. She's wearing green.
Yes.
And people are always looking for this image. Today I found it. And I'm not a gatekeeper of information. When you want to look for this GIF, just type Iya Awore. That is IYA AWORE. Iya Awore. And you will find her there.
Yes.
This one.
She's there.
I found it. So when people tell you can't make it, remember Iya Awore and do what? What do you mean? Yeah. That's also the African way of gossiping people. Someone was sat here for 19 minutes, they've gone. So now you wanna gossip them.
This one.
We are Jaoga. Oh my God, that's what life is all about. Thank you, Fatu, for making time.
Oh,
thank you for Iawore in your past and showing them. What do you mean? I'll not make it. Look at you. Have you guys seen it? You've seen it on Instagram. Have you seen it? It's Iya Awore. So nobody can keep information from today henceforth. Go check her out at Fatu Hassan Makeup Artist Africa. Go check her out everywhere on TikTok. She's very big on TikTok. You know, TikTok. I don't know. TikTokers are not okay here. So they are many, all of them. and I also joined them. And then also on Instagram, go check her out and go check out her work. Ayanle on Netflix, and also Subira, where she also makes an acting debut in Subira. And Siri, coming soon on Netflix, you'll see her acting one time as my house help.
Imagine.
In Siri. Can you believe it? Lakini in that, as a house help, umekula vizuri wewe.
Hata silikuwa mnono.
Umekula chakula ya mawadosi.
Nilikuwa nimekula chakula ya wadosi, but saizi look at me.
You're a very healthy house help.
Nilikuwa nimenona sana.
Very healthy house help. For the last 5 episodes, a big shout out to the guys that I've been working with. Amazing Rachar, Benjamin, and my very good friend. He's called CJ. Always working with me, always supporting me since I met him at Techno. A big shout out to you, CJ, for coming through. And of course, Nairobi Street Kitchen for making it possible for us to be here. For my guests, the last 5 weeks, you don't know what's happening next week. Next week is gonna be lit because next week it is Christmas Eve, and the week after it is New Year's Eve. And we're gonna be talking about Christmas and Christmas outfits and New Year's, and how all of us join the gym on the 1st of January, but we join it in our dreams. We'll talk about it. Keep it Unlock Your Soul podcast on every social media platform, and keep showing us love. This is a platform where we scratch beneath the surface to find out what really makes us human. Adios, amigos. Subscribe to Unlock Your Soul podcast on YouTube, and also go check us out on TikTok, on Instagram, and every single place where the world exists. It's time to unlock your soul.